in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Welcome to episode 409 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn and Mr. Tim Kincaid. This is very impromptu, as today should be a national holiday. For the love of God, Howie, he has signed a linebacker, not just any linebacker off the street, because we've been doing this off the street thing with linebackers. We got Devin White. Now, if you don't, Devin White, you know, he's played for a Super Bowl team. He's been a leader of his defense. He's still young, 26 years old. 1 year though, $7.5 million. I think my phone's been buzzing. I have a text from random people, but I'll give you the first text that I got after signing. Let me be dead ass with you, brother. I am erect. So
that's where we're at, I guess.
This is where we're at with the fan base. A linebacker signing is tremendous. Ev, how are you feeling?
I mean, do we have Gio to thank for this? I mean, we finally broke through. Howie finally folded, and we got a linebacker. We got a grade A A1 linebacker. I couldn't be happier because I think this defense was really something that was starting to need work in free agency. We were really filling it. We were really filling a lot of offensive holes, but a linebacker, a solid linebacker, the day after we go out and bring back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I mean, doesn't get much better, man.
It hasn't been announced yet.
The Eagles announced it earlier.
Did they?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah, they announced it this morning.
Oh, okay. All right. Tim, are you amped up, locked the champ up?
First of all, I took a nap, right? I worked all morning. I took a nap, woke up, and I seen Devin White for 1 year for 7.5. I guess I gotta take a nap. I'm so excited. I'm like Ricky Bobby.
You gotta take a nap.
I had to take a nap. I don't even at this point. I don't even know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands.
It's funny because I'm getting DMs all day and texts like we're at the point of it's got to be Jerome Baker, right? And then he play with the Dolphins, connecting with Fangio. And it was like at least Isaiah Simmons. Please, Like we were at that level. We were at the spectrum of do we go into the draft? I mean, we also got some awesome good news. Also, I mean, I know it's the Devin White pump up show right now, but if we're being honest here, Texas A&M linebacker Edgerrin Cooper has a top 30 visit with the Eagles. So that's a great thing. We have some young linebackers here. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you think that this is a sign that we're going to start taking the linebacker position seriously? Is Howie fully in on the linebacker position, or is he throwing us a little bone right now to shut us up?
I think this is foot in the water, but it's a solid foot in the water.
So no, we're talking about foot or toe.
I think it's a foot in the water. I mean, he's 7.5. Like last year, we had Nick Morrow here, signed him for no guarantee. He had no guaranteed money in his contract. Mm-hmm. Nicholas Morrow. I mean, that's where we were. Then we signed dudes off the street. So it was a wild scene here. We had guys wanting to retire and not play. So I mean, this is a positive.
Howie definitely missed with Morrow, and I mean, I think he was hearing it from fans last year about the whole Patrick Queen thing. I remember last offseason talking about should Howie be pursuing Patrick Queen. I think that Howie finally going in and getting the linebacker and to get Edgerrin Cooper, that would be a dream come true. I mean, you pair them up together. But is Nakobe Dean kind of getting lost up in the mix now? I mean, eventually.
I just think at this point in time, we can't have things resting on whether Dean is fully healthy or ready to go. It's all about competition, and you saw where we had holes last year. You can't have going to a season like that again. And we talked about it how long about the middle of the field being like what 7-11. The fact that we brought back Chauncey, which I was we've been a little excited about that. But I'm just saying now the middle, should be a lot better this year. It should be in hindsight.
It won't be soft, I'll tell you that. And you got leadership. You got another leadership role in the middle of the where it belongs. Not secondary, belongs in the middle, man. So I'm just happy that we actually have a dog. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had a linebacker. Yeah. Wow. I'm going to say Nigel Bradham was the last linebacker in the reception of TJ Edwards. I have to give TJ Edwards.
Kaiser White wasn't bad.
Kaiser White was one of them, but like I'm talking about a thumper type of linebacker was Nigel Bradham. He was a thumper, the nasty mean guy. I think I'm telling you, and I'm gonna keep on saying it from the last pod. I think Howie got upset when the team got punked in that Niner game, and he was like, "Nah, I'm bringing some dogs in this year."
Mm-hmm. I mean, I definitely think you need the attitude. I mean, you talk about CJ, he has that in him, and it's funny that you'll see the memes, got that dog in him. But again, I mean, when you got Morrow out there, I mean, the way that we were rolling things out there, I was like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean,
Zach Cunningham gave you something. But I'm just saying it was embarrassing.
This is the get right year. I think that we were trying to band-aid a lot of holes last year, whether it be through coordinator or through positional player. And it feels like we've got some legitimate guys to fill these holes now. I mean, Devin White is a proven player. He's been a Pro Bowler. He's been,
been all pro at the times. Too.
He's been a key part of his team winning a Super Bowl. So that's definitely something.
I just want to see the guarantee money. I want to see the contract. I know it's 7.5, but I think this is the highest I've ever seen Howie pay a linebacker.
Yeah,
it's only 1 year.
That's impressive.
I mean, you're like 7.5, but like meanwhile, Patrick Queen got what 18 mil.
18 mil.
And when people are like, "Oh, we're going Patrick Queen," that's what, bro. We don't. I was looking at people online on the timeline, like in my Black Dad voice, we ain't got Patrick Queen money. Put that back, okay? Jeff says, "Great signing, especially for the price. Hunter is like good signing, low risk." Mm-hmm. But I think things are looking good right now. I think we finally got that. I don't know. I'm trying to compare it to something. Like you finally got, we've been waiting for this linebacker signing.
Yeah.
For a minute. The whole, people were like Zach Bond, Zach Bond is kind of a different player. So
he's the edge.
But I'm saying they're like, that's our linebacker. That's what we're doing. I'm like, relax.
Yeah. I mean, some of these guys realistically are probably going to fall into special teams roles, especially now that we are beefing up at linebacker. And I'm really praying that we continue to build up in linebacker in the draft. I would love to see a follow up with, Edgerrin Cooper. Try. Any love on try?
The thing is, though, Cooper won't be there in the second round.
If he's the first guy off the board, that'd be interesting. But again, I don't think we're gonna go linebacker from the first. That would be, paying a running back is a little off the chain with Howie. Mm-hmm. Just like as of recent times.
No, I'm thinking it's
as of recent times. But imagine he goes linebacker in the first round.
I think O-line is where he goes just because he already has been balling out, already has been doing anti-Howie things. I think he goes back during the first round of the draft and finds a safe spot.
Is Howie playing games with us? He's like, gotcha, bitch.
Maybe he changes things around. Watch Howie come out this season with a goatee, all trimmed up, shirt unbuttoned. Like, who is this guy? Maybe that's the new Howie. The fact that
coming around like this,
the fact that he's changing some things up, man.
Yeah.
You got to. If you haven't learned from last season, the fans I think the fans are in their bag right now because we're like, the breakup was a little breakup for a little bit, couple months,
Yeah, I mean, we were in our bag a little bit. We were definitely in our bag.
Evan was feeling sad. He's out here, drinking beer with the nuts in it.
Peanut beer.
You know?
But howdy,
Still
folks!
wild.
I'm back.
Still
I'm back. I'm all in. Howie's been doing his thing, bro. This is Howie's time to shine every year, and that's what is a beautiful thing about being an Eagles fan. Is it's not just exciting during the year. We've got a GM that will go out there and make moves and put together a roster that you kind of scratch your head about how he did it financially. Dude's cap wizard. Does it every year, man.
I mean, when you have other fan bases reaching out to you and be like, "Hey, man, how does Howie do it?" That's the I laugh at that. I'm like, well, we've been covering this team for a minute now. He does what he does. He sets up the contracts the way he sets them up, and I feel like when he wants a player, he goes out and usually gives them what they're worth. Usually, unless he uses the Super Bowl lure, championship mindset. But today we actually got a chance to see Saquon Barkley and Bryce Huff, who will be wearing number 0. We had Zach Bond speak as well. I thought Saquon, it was like one of those, I think, nervous jitters in the beginning and just being like looking out at the enemy. And now but again, his family's Eagle fans,
his daughter was cute.
He mentioned his daughter and his kids being able to like see their family members. I thought it was a cool moment just to think about like him. You grew up but about an hour north of Philly, so I feel like it's got to be cool for him to finally get paid too as well. But
that I didn't get to talk to you guys about that since that happened, and dude, that was one of those signings that really took me a minute for it to like set in. It didn't hit me till like a couple hours later where I'm sitting there like, we got Saquon Barkley right now. Like,
I thought you were going to be mad that we didn't get Derrick Henry.
As much as I love Henry, because we got Saquon at the deal that we got him.
Yo, did you see that?
I'll do the switch up. I'll do the honest switch up.
Yo,
I would have been just as ecstatic if we had gotten down.
Okay,
it is what it is.
He seemed like a nice guy, man. He just seemed like a very genuine type of dude. Like I love the whole part, the part that he said of what he was like. I take that back how I acted when I attacked Tiki, and you get to see like he's a genuine dude, and he's a father. Like as a father, I appreciate that because you know what I mean. Like you don't really see that with guys, especially guys in the NFL. You see a minuscule of it. But it was super dope, man. And it was a cute conference, especially with his daughter. I'm good. Hi, Dad.
Shout out to Wealthy Mind. He says Rio is about to be lit. And then I was thinking about this moment. I was like, in order to see this squad, and the first unveiling of this offense. I mean, you gotta actually get on a plane and go to Rio because you're gonna be so jacked up to see this team. You're like, maybe I need to take my ass to Rio. So this is a perfect opportunity to talk about Philly sports trips. So if you're trying to book a trip to Rio to see this on opening day, who's not gonna want to see this on opening day? Saquon Barkley.
Hey.
Down the sideline, Brazilian flags waving. I don't even know what kind of beer they drink in Rio. What Capuenas? Yeah. What do we eat? Those drinks that they whatever.
You'll be drinking something fruity.
You're gonna be watching that high-powered offense against. I don't know who we're playing yet.
This new era of Eagles football is going to be taking place. It's going to be starting off in Brazil. It's interesting.
Which is interesting.
Starting in Brazil. You're going to see the youngest. You're going to see the youngest core starting in Brazil. This is like think about it. Think about this core of offense: AJ Brown, Smitty, Goddard,
Mm-hmm.
Saquon, Hurts. That's pick your poison.
Right.
They're gonna be in there like suavemente sabe.
But
That
I
would
mean,
get
on the defensive side of the ball, Tim Hayes, I mean, is asking something that's I feel like we're kind of overlooking right now. There's been a lot of talk about Hassan and Josh Sweat. Do you think either of them go on the move, or
I think it's got to be, from all indications of social media in a weird way. Seeing "I'll miss you" meant something. It's got to mean so. My thing is, if Fangio wants a certain style of edge in here, and I feel like, my thing is, do the Eagles actually want to give Josh Sweat another contract? Do they actually want to give him another contract? Obviously he can play out the season. And for me, I love Sweat like you guys love Sweat. He's a fan. He's definitely a fan favorite. The fact that they don't have to move him, but if they feel like they can get value, then
that's three guys, pass rushers that you're paying.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, my thing is
that pie chart.
Just look at my thing is go ahead, look at the money, see where it's laid out with the money.
Right.
I always say follow the money.
okay? Well, if we're following the money, where do you think? Because I feel like every year we end up with a weak spot, a weak position, a weak layer. What if it's not going to be the linebackers this year? If we beefed up there,
I think it's
the corners.
It's still.
Yeah,
I still think it's safety. I think we need one more. We need more safeties in there.
Not in on the milk missile with Chauncey.
I mean, I need a healthy missile.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't need no. It
You
can't
need to become a nuclear warhead.
Can't be coming here playing like almond milk or oat milk.
Soy milk.
Like I need, it's got to be. It can't be 2% either. Whole. It's got to be whole milk.
We got the Sidney Brown stands in the chat.
Hey man, Sidney Brown was my player. My thing is Sidney Brown's just not healthy yet. That's just the facts. Like the fact that he got hurt late in the season. I hated it. He played with his hair on fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like we're doing some good things though. We're doing some good things. I do think a young corner, Quinyon Mitchell, would be phenomenal in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You can't. God, man, there's so many options. This is the thing. Going into the draft, we're shoring things up. Now the draft is like going to the mall with a credit card. Or
so we're not doing the window shopping.
No window shopping because we're going. We have 2 picks in the second round. In between where we're picking in the first to our second round picks. That's there's multiple. You can move up. You can move down. You can acquire picks. You got 2 picks, 6 picks away. I forget how close they are, but we had Omar checking in from Bermuda. Paul checking in from London. He says Howie's the GOAT free agency. I think I think everybody is excited. I think at this point in time, a shout out to all you 800 people live in the watching. He's as excited as I am. Called Ev. Ev's like, dude, and I'm like, bro, I'm putting artwork together, trying to send down soldiers. He's like, you want to go live? Let's do it.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, Devin White. We're talking about Devin. Let's not bury the lead into why we started this entire conversation. How we finally went after a linebacker, man. And that's what I'm talking about right there. The free agent frenzy has been on fire. You do you worry at all about any of the age of any of these players that we got coming in?
What is Devin White? What, 27?
He's 26. He's
26 in the Tybo class. I mean, we have Saquon Barkley, age 27.
That is
okay. We have Bryce Huff, age 25.
All right.
I was waiting for you, Eb. I was ready for you. Okay.
I was glad you dropped it on me right now. Let me just say, beautiful looking graphics right there.
Thank you, man.
Devontae Parker.
31 in the Tybo class.
In the Tybo class, yeah.
Zach Vaughn, 27. And also one of Evan's former classmates.
Yeah.
Bro,
Come on,
he's
man,
got
Matt
such a
Hennessy.
black last name, bro.
You want to tell the story about how you had class with our new offensive lineman?
I actually did, and you never would have expected what class it was in, too. I in my senior year, I took an acting class just for the fun of it as an elective, and guess who was in there? It's my man Matt Hennessy. It was a nice
Was y'all drinking Hennessy
class.
together?
Yeah, me and Hennessy, we were out there, doing some entry level acting, and he wasn't too bad. He was pretty nimble on his feet. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in an Eagles jersey.
When you see him, where you're like, "Hey, man, I remember that monologue you had, man."
Yeah,
Scene together.
You killed that.
Matt Hennessy has got I like the name
Mhm.
Hennessy and Hypnotic. What is that? The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to bring those back at the tailgates. Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, but he went third
He
round.
will turn into a Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. And people always be like, "Hey, man, why you post these visits? Why you post all these meetings?" Well, if you didn't go back and look at some of these meetings, Eagles had 3 meetings with him, pre-draft meetings, all with Stoutland. So, and I said, if Stoutland is at your pro day, or if Stoutland is down at a Florida high school checking out Jordan Mailata, that's how you become an Eagle. So obviously, if Stoutland likes what he saw Matt Hennessy at that time, there's a reason why some of these, you go look at the pre-draft visits and the workouts and see where they're at.
Yeah.
When these players get cut or they get released, these are the first guys that end up on our practice squad. And so that's why I track them. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
so I have a question though. And what everybody is, so there's always got to be the bad news, something, right? So they're basically saying that Devin White had a down year last year. He was frustrated with the Bucs. Some of the play, he wasn't really great against the run. What do you think that was consist of, or what happened last year?
Well, sometimes from a mental standpoint, he wanted to trade. He wanted to be traded out of there. And at the time, one of the coaches was saying that they called it a little selfish, that he was being a little selfish to ask for a trade. So I feel like there was some bad blood, and it was more so that he wanted a new contract. And again, like money can make a difference. If you feel that you're not valued, there's a reason why you might want to be elsewhere. But he stayed, and he ended up having he was in 14 games in 2023. He was ranked 3rd on the Bucs with 83 total tackles, with 2.5 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, and 6 passes defended, and 2 INTs. How many picks did our linebackers have last year, as a whole?
I don't think any.
None.
I'm just off the rip. I'm trying to think.
None.
So,
but yeah, and then you also just look at a guy that it looks like he's been able to stay healthy for the most part. He hasn't missed more than 4 games, 3 games in his career so far. So
Ray says he was checked out. Didn't want to be there. Helena says the same thing. Checked out. Didn't want to be there. Colin said, "I need a Howie Roseman jersey."
We do need to get a Howie Roseman jersey, bro.
I'm getting a lot of people.
He's so good, bro. We got Dak Prescott's brother saying that we got the best front office in the NFL. It needs to be.
Howie is putting in work right now, and I think this is what you expect from a Hall of Fame GM. Can I give him Hall of Fame GM? I think the way that he's this is peak Howie in the offseason though.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was saying earlier, is that every year, I mean, the Eagles players, their time to shine is definitely during the regular season, but Howie really looks forward to this moment in March, April, May, all the way up to August, to put together a team that kind of makes us all buy in and believe at the beginning of every season. I'm bought in. I'm believing.
Yeah, and this is the type of GM that you want, because you can tell there's everybody has something obsession. I think Howie's obsessed with his job.
Well, I mean, maybe he's passionate.
No. That's a good thing. What do you mean? It's not like a bad thing. That's a good thing because it's always you know what I mean? Like his mind is always clicking. He's like, I need to solve this puzzle.
But I mean, sometimes it comes from a higher power. You know, like some people think, how is Howie doing these things? And you might have seen the meme out there. He said, Jesus said, we have only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Howie Roseman says, let me work the numbers. Jesus feeds 5,000 people. So it comes from a higher power sometimes. He knows how to make it work. He knows how to push money up the down the road. And again, getting people to buy in. I think in terms of leadership, I think Devin White is a good leader. Now you have a leader in the middle of the field, and then you have Nicole Dean in there. You know, Evan's
no longer with the green dot. I'm thinking.
Oh, that green dot gone.
Yeah, I think that green dot might be gone.
That joint gone. That joint is gone.
It's Devin, would you like a sticker?
But again, I like competition, man. I don't like to go into any season being like, let's ghost ride the whip on depth. You know what I'm saying? Like there should always be competition, not just depth, like Brando guys off the street, but actual depth to compete. If he wants this, he'll work for it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all.
Another Jordan Brand athlete in the building too.
Jordan Brand athlete?
Yeah, Cleats is gonna be off. Cleats is gonna be off the chain this year. How do you feel about the wording, the new on the jersey?
I think it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it looks good too.
Gail's
Gail's original.
I have one of the hats, the black hat with the new wording. So I tried to adapt it in my lifestyle, just because.
It's not slang.
It's all right, you know. I feel like it was forced.
Yeah.
And just being from a marketing standpoint, I felt like, dude, I got to get the new jersey with the new word mark. These are the conversations people are having. I just got to add it to my collection. Now everybody that has a midnight green jersey has to buy another one because it has a new word mark.
Yeah, well, I mean, just I hope that they're also not thinking about going and getting their money with the whole parking situation, but that's a problem for months in advance. I don't feel like thinking about that yet.
Being an Eagle fan in this era, with the Kelly Green dropping, motherfuckers are getting the Princess Di jacket. Where is this money? And then going to Brazil, where is this money coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of our fans find it. I guarantee Chris Nady is going to be down in Brazil.
Chris is everywhere.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know, man. I think it's a good time to be an Eagle fan right now. I think we're Eagle fans are feeling themselves a little bit. This is a paper champs moment. Like this has to be done on the field. But I think the media is starting to buy into this narrative that we're in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're all feeling it. We were a fan that was feeling apathetic by the end of the season. I mean, I went into that playoff game with absolutely zero hope whatsoever, and then we ended up getting stomped out by freaking Baker Mayfield, man. So I have restored hope, and it's still March. The NFL season ended a month ago today, and I'm feeling good.
Now I want to ask you this question, Ev. How do you feel about how do you feel about Bradbury with a better safety in CJ playing alongside with him?
2 years ago, that looked pretty good, right? I mean, he was an all-pro. He was looking pretty good with that sort of safety help behind him. But now we're another 2 years later. I don't know how much him getting discouraged over last year, and getting burnt pretty bad. So I think he definitely has an improvement year, but it's definitely a thing that I am kind of keeping an eye on guys like Keely Ringo. I mean, don't you think that some camp competition is exactly what we want?
What do you guys think Devin White's number is going to be? What is he rocking now? He's
45. Not available?
Rick Lovato.
Oh,
friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Rick Lovato. Does he not wear 46?
He's 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 8. I think he goes number 8.
He's going to wear 8? Oh, Saquon almost wore 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he checked. He picked
Did
24.
Did you see Isaiah Rodgers asking the fans like what number is available?
On
Twitter? Yeah, he's like, "Yo, what numbers are available?" People are like 8, 26 gone, 29, 30.
Bro, it's like people who it's cool when you're able to ask for your own number, but like I remember going to college my freshman. I think I told the story. Like I saw 85 in my locker, and I was like, God damn! I was like, that is the worst. I was like,
you didn't like 85?
Hell, I wore 1, I wore 12, I wore 25, but like I wore not 9, but I was 85 was the worst. I actually cried. I'm not gonna be lying. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, you think I'm a scrub? I was like, you think I'm a scrub?
Okay, I was about to say that. I was exactly what I was about to say.
You think I'm a scrub?
Say that.
Chad Johnson literally, made that his last name. I don't know how you can be so upset with it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I did. I put in work. I'm just saying, but I made him recognize. But I'm just saying, 85 is loose.
Yeah. You listen. My freshman year, I they're like, hey, freshmen don't get their numbers. I'm like, for real, bro. It was like, I guess it was like a little bit of freshman hazing. I came in there, I was like 49. I was like, oh, this ain't gonna work.
No,
this ain't gonna work. But I ended up getting my number anyway. But man, 49, that was crazy.
And Michael makes the point. He says Isaiah Rodgers is in the crock pot. He's ready to go. Took a year off. He's ready to go. He's been chomping at the bit to get back. I think he's gonna be hungry. Now Sports King says, do we still get Justin Simmons for the cherry on the top? The money thing is holding a lot of this stuff up. I don't think you saw a tweet from Derek Gunn saying that we might be out of the play now with the how much we've spent other places. Could this money that we just spent on Devin White be kind of put a hole in Justin Simmons' bucket now?
Probably. I mean, that is more money allocated towards the cap that we're not going to be able to spend on Simmons for sure. And then you also have to consider draft time coming up and having to sign rookies. So, what is the number we're at now?
It's all over the place because it's all over the place.
Howie's in mid.
Like people are trying to
broke right now.
People are trying to put the exact number. Like, come on, man! Fucking Howie's doing work. He's got like moves ahead of moves. Like any number that's coming out right now is not. Yeah, it's not. We're not done yet. We're not done.
I need Howie to do my taxes.
That's what I was saying. I said, yo, this dude would be a hell of a. His spreadsheets must be like a Beautiful Mind type shit, like or like Tom Cruise and where he's like, he's got one of those Apple glasses on. He's moving shit out of the way. Bob from Donner says it's like this. Do we still have a giant hole in the middle of the D? Does White and Isaiah Rodgers and GJ fix that in a Fangio scheme? Jury's out, but I think when we have Fangio running it, I feel a little bit more excited about it.
Yeah. I would actually, I mean, you just brought Bob from Down Under up here. I'm interested what his temperature's at right now. I mean, he wasn't feeling too happy about the Eagles towards the end of the season. I know he was on the ledge. I wonder with all these new additions how he's feeling.
This one thing I would say is with all these new acquisitions that's coming into for the season coming in, I'm a little like puzzled how he's going to use Devin White. that's when I'm like, well, because that's not a Fangio. He's not a Fangio guy. So
Howie, a 99 jersey. Howie.
Nah. Because that's Reggie White's jersey. Can't do that.
Reggie White was 92.
Whoa, this is
I'm sorry,
Jerome
Brown.
Brown.
Jerome Brown. I'm sorry.
Jerome Brown. Jordan says I wore 87 in high school. Random Anton says, "Why care so much about that?" I'm just superstitious like that, you know.
It's my family. My number stick in my family. I gotta keep my number. 2, 3, 32, 23.
A lot of people said I don't want Simmons. He is 30. I just think he did play well last year. He was second team All Pro, not Pro Bowler voted by the people. But second team All Pro.
Right.
Meat says, "Do you think they are going to trade Sweat?"
I honestly think that either him or Hassan's going to be on the move. I don't think both of them are going to be on the team next year. So I'm not sure if it's going to be Sweat. I don't know if it's going to be Hassan, but I think one of them ends up moving.
I think it's got to be a trade. It's got to be a trade.
I think it's Sweat. And I did hear a little birdie saying like something about they don't think his. They were saying sometimes that he would like drag his leg because it didn't look right or something like that. I don't know about all that. Yeah, his knee. I was like, I don't know about all that, but other teams are interested. They like him. Just trying to
doing the
figure
stanky
out.
leg.
I guess, as long as it wasn't RG3 stanky leg, right?
Yeah. Seriously concerned Fangio's scheme has already had its day. It hasn't held up. Give me Spagnuolo's scheme.
Spags knows how to be
Bob,
pressure.
it can't always be the grass is greener on the other side. Eventually, the grass has to be greener.
I remember. I was at a supermarket when I lived in North Jersey, and I was buying. You know, you're at the grocery store. You're getting food, and you look over. I'm about to grab. You grab something the same person grabs, and it was Spags, and I was like, "Oh, what's up, man?" I was like, "That's
cool."
He was like, "I was like, yo, man, I hate to see you coaching for the Giants, but good luck with everything. Good luck with the season." He's like, and I have my Eagles stuff on. He was like, "Oh, I see you're Eagles fan." I'm like, "Yeah, don't touch the guy."
He's a nice guy.
He was definitely cool. He was definitely cool.
Yeah.
Sports King talking about White and Dean sounding good right now. I mean, obviously we've had our down moments on Dean, but I'm thinking about like when Devin White came into the league and he had a mentor like Levante David that he was able to join that linebacking core with, and now I think that could be time for Devin White to fill that role. As far as he's the mentor for Dean. That would hopefully be a good thing to see.
Now, P. Wobblem says draft day trade. Do we pull another AJ Brown type of move? That would be interesting. But I think at certain points in time, you just gotta trust the evaluations, trust the players that you're seeing. There are people out there to be had. I think me and Tim are going back and forth with prospects, lineman Cooper Beebe from Kansas State. JPJ from Oregon. These are interchangeable.
I know Mark's loving that.
JPJ played right guard, left guard, can play center. Cooper Beebe, he played right tackle, left tackle, guard.
Yeah.
Dude's a menace, man.
It feels like we're kind of retooling that offensive line piece by piece right now. And if we could just throw one or two more really solid pieces in there, I think we'll have the next generation of hopefully of Eagles linemen.
Who has number 44? The Eagles. Dominic's asking.
44 or 40?
Yeah, 40. I honestly can't think of anybody.
It's not a bad.
I can't think of nobody. I just don't like. See, the thing is, the 4 on the Eagles jersey. I just don't like the 4.
What about 44? Remember Bosworth, Brian Bosworth?
Yeah, I remember Brian Bosworth.
Yeah. Kelvin asked, "Do you think we'll trade the 22nd pick and a player?" Maybe so. I mean, that's if you start thinking about that kind of move, that would be. I mean, he pulled off some shit like that.
Did you do it though?
Did you?
22nd.
I would. I would.
I would.
I would. Just, I mean, my thing is just for all in purposes. I mean, that's an all in move right there.
Mhm.
That is all in move. That is all in move right there. Because everyone's
isn't the window right here though?
window to the walls.
Pause.
You know,
The sweat drops out.
I didn't say that. I just said window to the walls, man. There's a window. There's a window.
This sign's got someone feeling every type of way, man.
Because I mean, like again, like everyone was saying, I saw. I think it was Mike Florio or said something about like, or it was Rich Eisen saying about like being all in, and there's a window. So if you're about to make moves, like you get another Super Bowl, people don't give it. You know, obviously want to be dynasty, but like we're so hungry for another Super Bowl that I don't think Howie did enough last year to get us there. There was definitely question marks.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's like
but he took chances on guys, and we really took a chance on the linebacking core. I mean, that was something that continually year after year we neglected, and I think that he finally had heard enough of it. So maybe this is the time where we get back over the top.
Like how I feel like Howie gambled. He had two younger coordinators in the building. I felt like the middle of the field was a little questionable. We had questions.
Yeah.
And then the team shit the bed.
Exactly.
Then,
Exactly. But we lack leadership, and you bring in a guy like Devin White. I think that's a guy that can be a leader on your team.
we have a fight in the chat right now. Bob is being Helena saying, "Bob, stop being so effing negative." Children, we have a show to run over here.
Then you got to do the follow up there.
Oh man, I do got to run at 9, but I felt like we wanted to get on here real quick just to see how you guys are doing with this trade situation. Not trade, the signing situation. As soon as he signed, I said in my best Geo voice, I said, "For the love of God,
Howie, go get a linebacker."
Howie drafted a linebacker.
Hey,
I mean,
Jack Stoll's going to the Giants?
is he with our playbook?
Oh, you're dead to me. You're dead to me.
Hey, Jack Stoll, aka Old Navy, you're dead to me.
There's always something off about that guy. Stoll fellow.
He had a. I know him and Navy had a bond over the flow with the mullets.
Yeah.
Oh, they did have the mullets going on.
Then he says how he said skeet skeet.
Yeah.
I mean, Howie has after the Super Bowl, Howie has a certain swagger to him.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely
does.
Himself. He's definitely feeling
Hell
himself.
yeah, bro. Listen, ever since the Super Bowl, have you seen another GM rock Travis Scott's on the field with a suit?
Oh, his sneaker game stepped up.
Yeah, sneaker game stepped up. Like, come on, man. Stop
He out
playing.
here. Shout out to Andre. He made him a pair of customs. He was out here wearing custom kicks. I'm like, all right, how he's feeling himself, but still gotta give him. I still gotta get him a pair of customs myself. But Colin's feeling great. He says, "Thanks, guys. Having a good night." That means that's one of those. It's the freaking weekend, baby. I'm feeling all right. Yeah, man, I'm feeling good. Any other things that you want to plug here?
I mean, we can go back through Philly sports trips.
You want to plug your trip to San Diego?
Oh yeah, I mean, all my dermatologists out there. I was out there for AAD. That was a solid time. Guess how many people showed up for a freaking dermatology conference? Honestly, takes time.
I'm gonna say 5,000.
Tim,
I'm gonna say about 3,000.
try 20,000. Yeah, I was like
At the downtown, at the gas lamp,
at the San Diego
water?
Convention Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I can fit that many people in there.
Interesting, man. Interesting. Before we get out, I want to shout out Conchahawk and Italian Bakery. They just celebrated 51 years? 51 years?
Congratulations.
51 years. Make sure you go and get yourself a tomato pie. They got all sorts of things down there. Their Italian cookies are amazing. They got so much stuff. So much stuff. Shout out to Bud Light for holding our tailgate down all season long. We should have an off-season tailgate somehow. Figure it out.
I mean, we'll do probably the open practice tailgate.
Something.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Shout out to Red Bull as well for giving our tailgate wings. Should work in marketing.
You should. Yeah, you should.
I don't know what I'm doing. But shout out to Primo. I know we this is an impromptu thing. We shout out to Hollis as well. Very impromptu, but we want to talk about this trade. But last word before we get out of here, we'll go with you, Tim.
Yo, man. I did say trust the process, but I said forget about that. Just let Howie cook. Let him cook. Flick of the wrist. He's good. He I think he's listening. I think he's tuning in the 4th and Jawn. Him and Big Dom. You know. Big Dom knew who we were. Big Dom knew who we were when we were down in Alabama.
No, I've met Big Dom quite a few times. He's a very nice guy.
They know what's up, man.
He should know. He should know everyone in the community because he's like that. That's who. If you don't know what Big Dom does for this team, we heard that since he wasn't on the sidelines, it was kind of messing up the flow of the the fights were going off the hook. He's the calm before the storm. So I feel like. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yo, I'm just excited. I can't wait. This young core on the offensive side. The defense is about to get built up. Let's go. Go Birds.
Devin White, CJ, GJ. We got Saquon. I mean, Howie has been in his bag this offseason, man. We haven't even hit the draft yet, and he's already knocking it out of the park. I'm feeling great. I think that all we could do is continue to add some icing on the cake. I think we've got a pretty solid team already so far. I'm really liking the direction of our coordinators. I think obviously having some guys with some experience that have success in the league, getting them in a position of coaching a bunch of players that are very talented and capable. It's going to be a fun season. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely going to be fun. Yeah, man. Before we get out, I just want to thank everybody in the chat, all you 1,000 crazy people in there enjoying free agency frenzy day 4, because I think just looking at this graphic brings a smile to my face. For the love of God, we got a linebacker. And we'll see you guys in the next one. As always, fly, Eagles, fly.
Go Birds.